company Kindle Imagine Develop, also known by its acronym KID, developed a handful of NES games between 1990 and 1992, including both G.I. Joes, Mendel Palace, Rockin' Ball, and the Famicom exclusive Rekka, to name a few. Among the last games KID developed for the system was Kickmaster, and because it's published by Taito, late in the NES's lifespan, it's not a cheap one to own. Kickmaster is the only KID-developed game published by Taito, so let's see what's up. Kickmaster is a side-scrolling kick-em-up that is part Ninja Gaiden, part Castlevania, and altogether a pretty good time. You take control of Thonolin, the youngest man to ever earn the title of Kickmaster. Your brother has gone off to join the King's Knights, but comes back nearly dead and tells you the King and Queen have been assassinated and the princess has been kidnapped. The plot here isn't the most unique, but oh well, you're just here to kick butt anyway. Now Thonolin must traverse 8 stages, destroying the evil wizard Belzed's monsters along the way to reach and defeat him to rescue the princess. Infinite continues and a password system make this a very likely scenario for you if you're good about the items you pick up along the way. While the game really is a simple action platformer, you can level up your character with pickups. Each time you defeat an enemy, they burst into a cluster of 3 items. You can grab all 3 if you're good, but more times than not you'll have to settle on one. At the beginning of the game, it pays off more to level up as much as possible, so you'll want to collect the coins. There are 3 types of coins, a small one worth 10 XP, the medium one worth 30, and the large one worth 50. The more you level up, the more attacks you unlock, which only help against the latter stage bosses and enemies. Each time you gain a level, you earn a new fighting move, all of which are detailed here in the manual. As far as manuals go, the one here for Kickmaster has to be one of the best and most detailed. Like I said, the game isn't really all that complicated, but there's more here than meets the eye. There is occasionally a poison item that drops as well and appears as a skull and crossbones, so avoid grabbing that one. The rest of the items are magic or life replenishment with the occasional 1-up or jewel that just gives points. Points of the non-XP variety aren't important to beating this one. You heard me mention magic earlier. Yeah, so there's a magic meter just below your experience meter and you find magic spells along the way. You access your magic menu by pressing start and you'll select a number of icons on screen with the MP values associated. This is the cost to cast the spell, which you do by pressing select. The worst part about this is you won't know your magic spells apart until you try to use them. The handiest one is the life replenishment one that you can upgrade over time, but there are some others that can bail you out of a bad situation, like magic boots that let you walk on areas that would otherwise hurt you, and lightning that damages enemy from above. There are plenty more. When you find a magic spell, just go ahead and use it to see what it does. Magic pickups are plentiful enough, so you're not wasting anything. It's important to note that you can't really grind in this game, so being mindful of your pickups is crucial to leveling up appropriately. The enemies and bosses are all evil and hellish, like skeletons, reavers, eye monsters, grim reapers, and wizards. There are vertical scrolling areas, hidden nooks and crannies with special items, and large imposing bosses waiting at the end of each level. The music is actually really good, and the sound design is okay most of the time except for the reavers that make this ear-piercing screech that is absolutely no bueno. Yeah, especially considering it takes a while to kill them if you're out of magic. The leveling system and magic spells give this game plenty of legs for experimentation and playing how you want to play, especially if you're partial to a particular magic spell or fighting move playstyle. Again, if you want the closest thing to a Castlevania, Ninja Gaiden, Kabuki Quantum Fighter crossover, then Kickmaster should scratch those itches at least a little bit. The controls are very tight and intuitive, the game is very responsive, making the special moves easy to execute, and while the occasional cheap death is here, most of your struggles will be on you until you learn the levels. Unfortunately, there are no games related to Kickmaster that came after. The developer KID went defunct in 2006, and every company that came to control its properties thereafter have also gone defunct. I wouldn't expect to see another game in the Kickmaster universe ever again. Oh well, that pretty much does it for Kickmaster on the NES. As always, watch out for poison, and thanks for watching.